This conference will now be recorded.
See, I think we are talking about rules. What are the rules are available in the PEGA product? So this is yesterday topic we are discussing. So as of now, we discuss about what is PRPC, what is PEGA, and why you need PEGA tool. We discuss about the PEGA futures. After that, so what are the rules are available inside the PEGA product? The main is total, the main 8 core rules. Okay, 8 core rules. Those are rule set rule, class rule, property rule, decision rule, declarative rule, activity rule, user interface rule, and process flow rule. They are the main core rules and additional requirement rules, reports, agents, integrations, debugging tools, performance tools, and one more thing, as so for database layer purpose, 14th, right? I forget. So that is data type. So data type rule. One more is database layer purpose, data type rule. They are the things. Listeners are required will become under the integration point of view only. So data, they are the mainly rules and tools. Rules and tools. So I'll give the brief introduction. So because these rules I'm going to talk next 40 days course here. Okay. Next 40 days course we will talk only these rules. Each rule will talk about 3-4 days theoretical and practically. So I'll give the brief introduction of what is the rule set. Rule set I given already. Rule set is nothing but if you talk about in coding language, whatever C, C plus anything, what everywhere we have the package, even database language also. If you talk generally, I can say school. School means a group of a collection of classes, right? We have first to 10 classes, first to 10th. So total a 10 a group of classes we can call school. School is one package. That's one meaning. Otherwise, I can say it's a folder. In your system, you can know how to create the folder, right? Inside the folder, what are there? Lot of files are there. Or you're keeping folder. Anyone, you can even without folder also we can put all the files in your desktop, right? We're using folder here. Any advantages? Doesn't please tell me. You have folders, right, in desktop.
To
My system
keep
also
the
has a folder.
data organized,
Hmm.
to keep
Okay.
the one kind of data into one kind of folder. Like if I want to all my downloaded file in the downloaded folder, so I created a downloaded folder. If I wanted a music folder, so I can put out all my music in that folder. If I
So
want
it means that you are
any
saying
kind of,
that you are putting proper organized structure.
yeah.
Okay. That's one of the good. Is there any other things? Suppose you want to move these files into the one system to another system. Instead of taking one by one, you can take directly put all the files in the single folder, take the folder at a time. Otherwise, if you're not maintaining the folder, if you maintain the files, it will be, we can take it at a time, but lot of can be whether all the files came or not, will you need to check multiple times. The same thing if you go for keep these all the files within a single folder, take the folder when you want to move to the from one system to another system, proper organized structure, two advantages. Fine. Is there any other advantages? Security. I want to provide the security for all the files. Instead of going to individual, put the folder level security. Then all files will be safe. The main these three purpose we are going the folder. And package is nothing but programs. A group of programs, a group of a collection of classes, a collection of programs or whatever. If we talk about in the PEGA language, rule set, a set of rules. Same meaning. All group of rules I'm putting into the one rule to easily deployment purpose mean that I want to move as I told that deployment concept as of now. Am I correct? Already I explained you what are the systems are there in your project. Development, testing, UAT, production. I want to move from what you've done in the development system, you need to move to the testing system. What do you call this concept deployment? So you have done a lot of files, lot of rules, you changed, you created something. You want to take all the rules from the one system and the system. What we can do, we need to maintain the folder structure that's called rule, because there are number of rules you are going to use for developing of your application. Okay, good. Then other same thing, security. Good. The same thing as you need to maintain the proper organization structure. Means for the every functionality purpose, we can put the one folder. As you're saying that Naveen, it's videos, it's games. I can make the separate. The same thing if you whatever I'm sending from our words, you can create one PEGA folder in the desktop. Inside the PEGA folder, you can create the subfolders. One is for the PEGA documents, PEGA video files, PEGA software, PEGA interview questions. Like that, we can create the what are the subfolders and maintain in the PEGA folder. That will be easily, right? So otherwise, keeping everything inside without maintaining the again subfolders, we maintain everything inside the PEGA. Again, we'll get a lot of because documents, video files, then software, projects, user stories, everything you're maintaining will be get the confused. So better. So like if you see the go back, see that they're like separate amount in the separate folders. So same thing. So proper organized structure and security and easily deployment purpose, we will use rule set rules. So a set of rules, a group of rules we can call rule set rule. This is the definition. What is purpose they introduce here? Security, deployment purpose, and proper organized structure purpose. What is that? Why you need? How we can now, you have to know practically how to create it, how to use it. But now, what is rule set? Definition. Why they introduce rule set also, the reasons. Now coming to next one, class. We'll talk about your school. We have 10 classes, right? Class, first class to 10th classes. In a school, is a one of the group and template is a place. Now we have total 10 classes are there. These all 10 classes in a school, they're sitting in a single place or based on classes level 1, 2, 3 like that, they're giving different individual rooms. Even at least even two class also if you combined it and sitting the single place, what will happen? So finally, there's a lot of disturbance will come when the both of you teaching the teachers. There are like a lot of we're not getting the good performance from the students also because combined. The same thing what we can do according to classes, we can give the individual rooms, then no disturbance. Even the teachers will be monitored completely. How the students feedback they will provide you also easily. They will provide to us right easily. These all like advantages are there. That's why they are giving 10 rooms separately. Then good performance we can see that. The same thing in our requirements. You have ideas. Those ideas you need to use by the users. You are the client. You have business. That business reach to client users. How we can reach nowadays? What is the third party application? That application how they are developing here by using of software. That software, any kind of software we can use it. A Java, .NET, and tools are there industry. Which is the best to comfortable that I'm going to use the to developing of my requirements to convert to reach the end users using of application. Good. In application is not providing only single service. It's providing of number of services. If we talk about your banking application, Axis Bank, they're providing saving services, settlement transaction services, loan services, and insurance services, stock market service. There are a number of things will be servicing. This is as generally we know what kind of services are they providing, but there are a number of other services also they are providing to you. So ICICI Bank application providing number of services, business services, a group of a collection of business services, one application. So this also inside the application number of business services. Each service I need to put one place. You should not combine it again. So for that, what I can do inside the application, I want again create the separate place to declare the separate functionalities, individual functionalities. To declare the individual function, that is about school. You talk about the general, but if we commit about application level, the same thing I want to define the separately each functionality. I should not combine it, because if you combined, for example, account process, credit card process, debit card process, is all customer basic functionality. If you combine both, what will happen? If you do any change, it will impact other functional changes. I want divide. So I already told you that I don't want tightly coupled structure. I want to follow the loosely coupled structure. That is the best for us. So because no rework, and good performance, good maintenance, these all things we need to see that. When you're designing the application, I want to see that no, I don't want rework. I want to maintain the application easily, less maintenance, less cost, and good performance also. I don't want to compromise about even quality also. They're the main things. We need to follow that. Now, to declare, the main is a class rule here. The main is class rule here. Why? Because class is a template. It is a place where we can declare business functionality. Where we can declare and execute the business functionality, this place we can call class. Where the students are sitting in the particular classroom. If we talk about coding language, program or Java, .NET, we can talk about class, Java class, .NET class will be there. There you are writing the class name and variables, methods, something you are writing, and conditions, if conditions. That is the program to provide the some of the service, like example credit card service, debit card service, settlement transaction services, account process services, saving account, current account, different types of accounts services. For each service, I will define the separate class. Class is nothing but is a template where we can declare and execute the business functionality. So mainly the class here. So to design the application, by using of class rule. Without, so how your the main, so if you want to construct the house, what is the main found you are using there? Bricks and cement, iron, right? This is the main three properties, very important. After that, once you construct this, we'll use lot of for the makeup purpose, decoration purpose, use lot of things. But now the same thing to construct the main, the three properties we have to the same thing to develop the whole application. Developing of the application, constructing the application will use the main class rule, and to make the proper organized structure, we can use rule set. These two things very important. The main pillar to develop the application, to construct the application. Okay. What is the property rule? Variable. Variable input field, right? Variable and input field. You already, I shown you one day. The first, second demo class level. If you open the Google, right? If you open the Google, I want to create the Google account, Gmail account. We need to enter the first name, last name, right? All the input fields are there in the screen. You are entering the value here by seeing the label name. You are entering the value. Am I correct? Did you remember what we discussed previously? Or take any one thing, ICICI Bank otherwise. So go for ICICI Bank, take one any login account. So variable or input field, there's other languages. Okay, we'll go for login. Personal NRI, login. I don't know how login, so we need to create new account. Is there? I think we don't have. Fine. Anyhow, this is the input field is there, right? The input field. User ID. User ID. So there's a label name. By seeing the label name, you are entering the value inside the text box. Text box, text box. Then this is the radio button, drop down, checkbox, buttons, links, images, and heading. You can talk these all kind of terminologies in the front end screen. That's called HTML languages. So I want entering the some value here, something SMK Infotech. So this is the input field, input are variable. So this value I need to bring to from the to here, from here to here. You are entering the value. That value I need to carry from the presentation to business database layer. If not carry the value to the database, it's not required. That is the case, right? So to hold value, when you enter whatever, enter the values inside the presentation layer. I want to hold it and transfer to the next level. For that, we need to use variable. It's not PEGA. I'm talking all the every language level. If you want, you can check it, friends. Whatever any kind of tool, any kind of language are available. Variable is the common concept. Everywhere is there. Generally, you can call string variable, integer variable, boolean, double, float. Everywhere is there data types. Without that, there is no language. There is no tool here. Common this. In that, void is required to hold the integer x equal 10 to hold the value. This 10 value I want transfer from one place to another place, one place to another place. So we need to use variable or input field. Now PEGA terminology you can call property rule. I should know the same thing, right? Property rule. It is the input field to hold the value of the label and value, to hold it and transfer from one place to another place easily by using a property rule. So property rule where we can declare inside the class, because class is a place where we are writing the business logic. To write the business logic, we are going to use remaining all the rules. So it means that it will be there inside. It will be there inside class rule. Then what is decision rule? You know well about business conditions. You want account in bank, right? If you go direct, you will use the bank account for you. There are a lot of process. Before processing, they will check it about whether you have they have some conditions. We need to check those conditions. Then only I can give you account. So to check those conditions inside the program language, we'll write the if conditions, if, else if, different conditions with while, when condition, these all things will use. That's a coding language. But if we commit in the PEGA, without writing of any coding language to define the business conditions, I can create the business condition easily without writing of coding. How? They introduce decision rule. Decision rule is used to define business conditions inside the PEGA platform or PEGA application. Okay, so this is also part of the inside the class rule, because where we can define, where we can use, where we can declare, where we can use. So inside the class template, because that is the main part writing of business logic. Now coming to declarative rules, well, everywhere we have calculations, arithmetical expressions, and validations is dependent validations. I want to do this kind of all requirements. So how we can do without writing of code here? When the changes will happen, even declarative rule we can call another name also, automation rules. It means that, for example, you have Amazon, Flipkart. If you open that, if you see your call details, there is total value 0.00 initially. But whenever you are adding the product, automatically total value will be calculating. That's one of example. The second example, if you are working people in the IT and non-IT, when you want to apply the leave request, I'm just telling the real-time examples. General example always. So when you give the start date and date, automatically number of days will be displaying. You not enter the number of days, right? How many days you are taking? That you no need to enter the manual. It will be entered by the system. When system, if you give the inputs, start date and date. Now regular you are using the bank accounts, transactions we are doing that to your friends or someone, your relatives or families. So there are like bank transaction, automatically the total will be calculated here. So these are number of examples. And the same thing, validations in the sense, if you enter some the different, maybe they are like putting some validations. You need to enter only integer or alphabetic letters or special characters. If you not enter that, then it should be display the errors. Please enter string, integer, alphabetic letter, something, or boolean, double something, right? Otherwise, it will show the error miss. That's called validations. These are all kind of requirements. I can go for that without writing of code. They introduce one of the great rule. I'm telling you requirement here. To that requirement, if you want to develop, design the PEGA application, no thinking. Blindly you can say that what I'm to give the formula, the statement, the syntax, you have to by heart it. Conditions, no thinking, okay, I have to go directly decision rules. I want to go for directly, so I want to create separate one of the business process functionality. Oh, I have to create the class. So I want to hold the value, I want to hold the values or transfer the values. I need to use property rules. Business conditions, decision rule. I want to do some like validations, arithmetical expressions. I want to go for the declarative rules. So no thinking. So for design this requirement, what kind of rule I have to use? That is, I'm giving the solution for you. You need to by heart it. You need to by heart it the same formula. Okay. Now coming to method or function. You know that every program, every class, there's a method will be there. Even your school also, class 1, class 2, class 3 also will have the methods. They are like based on the subjects. I can create one method, maths method, science method, social method, English method, some Telugu method, some kind of languages, Hindi method. Languages methods we can put it inside the class, we can define the logic. Otherwise, all the things if we putting inside the one method, finally we need to write the method also, where you are writing the or some arithmetical expression, add method, subtraction, division, multiplication methods. So we need to write some logic that will be defining inside the method. The method will be there inside the class. Declarative also is inside the part of the class. So where you are going to writing the business logic inside the method will be there inside the class. That's why I said So the class is a part of this. A group of rules means mainly the class. Inside the class, we are defining all the things to define the method. Generally, in the coding language, we can call a series of statements. Each line we can call statement. It is a method. But if we talk about, I don't know coding, right? Activity rule, action. I want to do action, business action. That will be defining inside the activity rule. Here, each line you can call statement. No coding here. We have inbuilt methods are there. Okay. To write the business logic, we are going to use activity method, because as you're saying that now when you enter the values I need to bring to the database layer. The logic written here, that is one class, inside the class one method, that is called activity method. There you are writing the logic. Based on the written the logic, it will be moved to the database layer. So activity is the main place here. For the business logic layer, activity is a heart, I can say that. It's kind of heart, I can say. So this is the main actually. Okay. These all are the business logic layer rules. These all are the business logic layer rules to define the, to construct the part of the your application, the business logic layer. But what is going, I want to show the users. If you show them the users, they're not able to understand the technical structure. They have to understand the business logic presentation layer. So further to design this presentation layer or weave layer or front end layer, will use the interface rule. There are types of rules are there. I'll talk later. User interface rule, without writing of any code, I can use the user interface rule to design presentation layer by using a PEGA tool for your PEGA application. Next, process flow rule. I think you know flow chart. Have you heard any time flow chart? What is that flow chart? C language will be there, right? The program algorithm is there. How the program will be executing from starting to end. Otherwise, we have map also. When you want to go from one place to another place, we can see the map. That is the flow chart. There is source to destination. How to go? By seeing the map, we can understand the route. Without that, how can you understand that? No, it's not possible. So the same thing about easily will understand route map, because there is no technical structure, right? Everybody understand that. That's why if you see the Google map, but the back end how it is going, they use the technical language. But front end will understand users because no technical things. The same thing flowchart also. Flowchart. They'll give the diagram statically. How the program will be executed from starting to end, we can understand well. The same thing, process flow rule. It is a hard to completely a PEGA application. Why? Because why came for PEGA? To make automation process for your application. That will be, automation means dynamic process. Dynamic process. That will happen by using our process flow rule. This flow will design by using of shapes. What here? You till now you're talking about rules. Why again suddenly you introduce shapes? No doubt, sir. We are using the rules only. We are using the rules only to design the business process. But those business rules I'm defining here, I'm presenting here as a shapes for to understand everybody. How? I'll talk later, not now. So process flow rule is a hot rule PEGA application for making of automation process. By seeing the flow, I can understand that how the process is going from starting to end. By seeing that will be defined by the flow shapes. This is about the 8 basic rules, definition, and what is purpose of that. What is that? Why you need the introduced inside the PEGA tool, I given that. Now you don't know practically how to create, when you'll use this also. Am I correct? What kind of requirement purpose I'm going to use these rules? Now you have to know practically how to create, how to configure for the application level. That is the pending as of now. I'll show you that when you start the practical, maybe from day after tomorrow onwards, tomorrow's installation part. Now, additional, that this already report we discussed. Data type rule is already told you without knowing any database language, I will design database. That is rule is data type rule. By using of data type rule, I can develop, construct the database layer for your application. This is the brief. All the types of rules are available inside the PEGA tool, and I'm giving the basic introduction of the all the rules. Do you have any questions about this till here? Anyone, please? Any questions till now? Do not understand any point?
Sir, what is data type here?
Data type rule. It is also rule. This rule is introduced here to design the database layer without writing of any coding. I can design the database layer for your application by using of data type rule. I want to create the tables. You understand? How to create the tables? You need to write the query language. Some create table, you need to write the some query, but I don't want. I can use data type. I want to insert the data, I will use data type. I want to fetch the data, I will use the data type. I want to update data, I can use the fetch data type. I want to delete the data, I can use the data type. No query language. Directly I can use the data type rule to design the database. If you want to any DB operations, I can use data type rule easily to design the database layer structure without writing of single percentage custom code. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, so we discussed the basic mainly before going to the main topic. We completed the basic of the main overall PEGA product course content. What is PEGA? What is BPM? What is BRE? And what are the PEGA features we have? Inside the PEGA product, what are the rules are there, what are the tools are there. I give the brief introduction, every rule and every tool over PEGA. If you done this all depth level, PEGA is over. Now we can apply the jobs. They're the main. If you want, you can check it Google what my sir told you is correct or not. Go to Google and check it, friends. Also, I think even someone is working people in the right. Our students are there, 2 3 people in the PEGA. So you can right. Is there anything missing here? Let me know that. You never miss. I know, right? You never miss. Everything will be.
Data transform.
Yes, good question. I'll come to the point. Data transform will come inside the part of the property rule. That is a mapping relation, right? I understand that. That the subtopics. Those are the
Okay.
subtopics. Data transform rule. If you talk edit rule, use edit input rule. These are subtopics of the inside the property rule. What is purpose of data transform? Mapping of the value to where? Property rule only, right? You are mapping any other place? No, right? Properties only. That is a property rule related to the rule. That's why I told you sub rules are there for everything. That the main rules, they're the main rules. Clear?
Okay, got it, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, so fine. You saw that PEGA product, but how they build PEGA? What is PEGA software? How they build PEGA product software? What are the types of softwares are there? First, two types of softwares here. Two types. One is PEGA Personal Edition. You can write full name, okay? PEGA Personal Edition. PEGA. Second one is PEGA Enterprise Edition. It is trailer version. Second one is licensed version. In the real time, right? PEGA project. In the real time, what they're using the licensed product. Enterprise Edition. Personal edition they're given for us. Both are same, both are same. If both are different, then why should I go for the personal edition? Correct? It's not required also for us. Both are same, then why should I go for the license? You go for the trial version, correct? There are few things will be restricted. Personal edition released for us who are interested to learn the PEGA, not only theoretical part, right? Is a product. We need to do them definitely practical. I need to practice. It is we never get any information from the Google also is because licensed product. We have one of the website also will be there. We are maintaining further to get every information for the about to PEGA. Completely PEGA history, our history. Even I'm very good in the industry. My business is good also, but if I don't have any employees, what will happen? You are good man, but no employees in the industry. What I can do with the using of I'm the client person. I'm the client, you are the product owner, you are very good product, but without employees, what I can do with that? You tell me. So I want increase because for the organizations, what is the investment here? Employees, not money. For getting our projects, what we can say, we have this much amount, not like that. We have this much employees are there in my organization for your skill. Java employees, Java project, .NET. The same thing for getting a PEGA project. I have these many PEGA employees are available in my organization. That is the investment for getting up the PEGA project. So employ the investment here. So to increase employees, so what I need to support you. It's not only theoretical, practical also. That's why PEGA system released both versions. But in personal edition, both will be all features are available, but a few things will be restricted here. Personal edition. What few things means? We can develop core application, we can connect integration application also, but a few things means email server to run the agents, but we can see the future, we can implement the future, but output is not possible for the agents. And email, when you send, I want to send the email communication emails, it won't work with the personal edition. We can implement it. These things will be restricted here. If you go for enterprise edition level, everything will be work out. So few things will be restricted, but we can see future, we can implement future, output is not required for us. So that is the difference between the personal edition and enterprise edition. The both products, it's a product, right? It's a tool, not a language, well. This product tool will have the language that's called rule language. How they build these tools? They used 5 internal software components. One Java language, 2 one DB, that should be any DB, that Oracle, SQL, PostgreSQL, whatever. Third, server number of servers are there, right? Tomcat server, WebLogic server, WebSphere server, you can check it, okay? And JBoss server, so Tomcat server. And fourth, one language is mandatory. Language will common here. PEGA tool, how they build, by using just language and DBs, you know, Oracle, SQL, write it if you want, Oracle and DB2 and Progress SQL, sorry, Progress, like that, and no SQL, number of things will be there, right? MongoDB, Tomcat server, then version control, fifth, MS Visio software, MS Visio software. So they are the 5 components they used to build a PEGA product. So if you are installing PEGA means you are installing this. Version controls means, have you heard any type GitHub? GitHub and star controller. Number of things will be there. Main general people nowadays use the GitHub. What is purpose? To maintain the backup code. Tomcat is server. The number of servers will be there. I'm just giving Tomcat server 1, database 1. But Java is common. These things will be based on your client request. It will be changed. It will be same. MS user software will be used to design the process flow. I want shapes are available. Shapes is required. Those shapes are available. MS user software to design the. If you talk about in BPM PEGA terminology, this is called process molder. I can say that process molder PM. If you talk in the PEGA terminology, BPM terminology. General the backend we can say software MS Visio software. These 5 software they use to build your product. Now I'm going to using for you PEGA personal edition, not enterprise edition. In personal edition will be common same Java version this, but server will be what server you're using, Tomcat server will be there. Language database Progress SQL. Progress SQL. So can we connect any other database? Yes, by using of integration feature. By using of integration feature. So based on your client requested requirement, they'll go for the what softwares are required. We'll give the quotation to the PEGA system. According to that, they will release the your PEGA product. That is PEGA Enterprise Edition is a licensed product. It will be taken by the not by you. Completed. There is one of the team will be there who will take care about the license agreement handled by the in your organization. They will take care, and once you get the software, PEGA administrator will take care to get the software and installation part. Everything will take care by the administrator, not by you.
Sir, one
Next.
doubt, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, in personal edition, can we build basic applications, publish ourselves, sir? Or,
That's what I told you.
or
Yeah, we can complete. We can do that. Otherwise, no use, right? We can do completely.
so we can like, if it is a startup idea or something, we can build application, no?
What we can do everything by using a personal edition. That's why I told you that. Few things will be restricted in the sense not able to send the email communication. If you want, and you've done any some like send the request.
Triggering kind of features will not work. That kind of features will
Yes.
not work.
Email triggers. It won't be work out. We
Okay,
can
okay.
configure it. We can implement it. We can see the feature, but output won't we see that about triggerings. Only for the email triggerings, agent triggerings, these things. Remain complete. We can everything will be build the application. Otherwise, no use, right? The releasing of this feature, this product.
So one license cost is how much, sir?
There are like 3 things will be there here: basic and premium, and then next one based on quotation. Basic is 90 for the per user, $90 per month.
Per month? Per,
Per month.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay, no, but it's not required here. No need. Okay, no, not required. For this is enough. This is enough for your learning purpose. Next, so once how to get the PEGA software, I'll tell you the process. So you need to install your system. System specifications, we need 64-bit machines, not 32-bit. RAM size 8 GB. Windows is anything is fine here. 10, 11, 12, whatever, 8, 9, something. Windows. But 64-bit machines. RAM is I have is required 8 GB. Then question I have 4 GB. Can we install? Yeah, we can install it, but problem is it will work slow. Very slowly it will open, right? The server application will be running very slow. That is the problem. Then for this, what we can do? Two things we can do. We need to extend the RAM size. No, I don't want to extend. Can you do what I can do? Even without install PEGA software in your local machine, we can do practice. I told you yesterday, we have PEGA cloud. Okay, if you have only internet access, we can open the PEGA cloud, we can practice also. But first priority, I need a local application because Pegasus cloud will be controlled by the Pegasus system, not by you. But in your system, it will be controlled by you. Why I'm telling you? I'll tell you that. You should use your system and you need to install your system also. Because you will get more practice also. You know how to install also. Otherwise, if you go directly Pega cloud, no use on that. Okay. And even I don't have 64-bit machine, 32-bit. We can upgrade 64-bit. Otherwise, we can use Pega cloud also for practice purpose as of now. But first priority, you need to go for the personal use system only. No options, then go for the Pega cloud. So how to install Pega software in your system, I'll discuss tomorrow class. So we are going to see that tomorrow how to install the Pega software in your system. Please, who are not still not get the Pega software, get it immediately and keep it ready tomorrow. Download it and keep it in system. I'm going to show you tomorrow how to install the Pega software in our system. Then how to open the Pega application, how to open the Pega cloud. These things I can show you tomorrow class. Okay, if you complete tomorrow, then installation part is done. From Monday onwards, we are going to start as practical sessions also with that. Yeah, fine. Any questions from anyone?
Yeah, actually, I downloaded the file which is given by the
Prakash.
you guys. Yeah, Prakash. So I installed it, but the problem is that it will not install without PG4 admin 4.
I'll tell you, not
The
required. I'll tell you that tomorrow I can show you that, how to install everything.
oh
I'll tell you that.
yeah, actually I installed that with that itself.
Uninstall
So
it, I'll tell you that here. Uninstall it, I'll tell you that tomorrow. Uninstall it,
okay,
I'll tell you
okay,
step by step. Okay, no?
okay, okay, sure.
Okay, guys, we'll meet you tomorrow. Bye.